were 8,000 people in that arena in Fort Wayne. They were ready to party. I got news. The party's in Canton, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely a satisfying time for this club, and our congratulations to the guys. With us now, one of the bigger backers of the Invaders in this community is Mayor Sam Persis.
It's always difficult to follow those tapes Bob puts on, but I can tell a year makes a big difference, doesn't it? It's a lot easier to smile this year than it was last year. Do you remember last year? You know, I think that this team has provided us so many thrills, and we were really appreciative of what they have done this year. It's very difficult. Obviously, that's not what I'm here to do. But you know, those three new guys they brought in, Louis and Alex and Marcelo, they really play the game with a flair. And Nick told a story. Nick told a story about Alex, and after winning last night, Alex, as long as he's been playing soccer, has never won a championship, I guess. And he's really excited about this one. But I want Alex to know one thing. And as I watch him play, he is a champion. There isn't anybody that I've ever seen that plays as hard as Alex Tarnosi. I think that, you know, with Steve, it's interesting. We were talking before during the dinner, and George says to Steve, you know, he said, I said that you had no business being a coach. I didn't say you'd be successful. I had no business. And I think I reacted pretty much the same way when Steve made the change. I said, oh, my God, is he going to be able to carry this one off? But I see his strategy, and I think Steve's style is going to change coaching throughout the country. You know, you see these big guys like Thompson, you know, the big coach. All these guys are big. I think it's going to go back to small. Let me tell you why. Here's a strategy. It's 3 instances. I watched him in his first game up at the press box, and maybe it's a little hard for you folks down on the floor watching, but when he calls a huddle, he's standing up. You know, most kids stand around. Everybody's around him, and he's talking up to them. I think he energizes them up. So I think that's going to be one of the new things that that coaches will start doing. Second technique he uses, you ever see him give those guys a high five? You ever see that? You ever seen him Thursday night? By the way, Thursday, and I'm not a great soccer fan. You know, I grew up with football, I guess, Louis. Sorry, but you know, but I've been watching soccer since my kids have been playing, and of course the 4 years. Thursday night, I can't think of a team that we've seen over the last 4 years that was as dominant as these guys were Thursday night. That's where I saw Steve trying to give those high fives. He was jumping up, he couldn't reach it. He was hitting him in the elbows. And then last night, I wish I had a picture. It was in the 4th quarter, I think. And we were starting, I think we were on a penalty. We were a man down, and they didn't start the clock. Now here's Steve standing up on top of the rail, pointing to the clock. He's going, the clock. And I don't think anybody else would have been able to do that. So I think he's really changed the style of coaching in the press. But I have to tell you, I've said many times, when people ask me, especially the media, they always ask this question, what's going to happen to the AISA? What's going to happen with the Invaders? I don't think that there's anybody that can carry off anything as well as Steve Paxis can when it comes to soccer. I've said, if anybody can make this thing go, I know Steve can do it. And I think that when he took over for coaching, he demonstrated the kind of a person that he was. He He put himself out on the line. He could have been for criticism, and he was. I'm sure he'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. And he was criticized, but you know what? That's what champions are made of. They know what they have to do. They go out and they do it. And Steve Paxos is the heart and soul of this Canton franchise, and it's great to have that trophy back in its birthright right here in Canton, Ohio.
Thank you, Mayor Persis. We're next going to hear from Steve. This intro is going to take a little while, so don't hurry yourself up here. But Steve has been, I want to tell you, I bet he's got to be a little relieved, because he's been trying to do so much with his duties running the team as president and then taking over the coaching chores. He has been one busy man lately. It has been hard when I come in to try to get reports or whatever to find him anymore, because he's either with the team or somewhere else. I know a couple of weeks ago I had to see him, and I come in the office and he's not there, and I ask him, when's he going to be back? Monica says, he'll be back shortly. And I said, yeah, I know that, but when? And there are a lot of things that he had to overcome as a coach. If anybody was at Dayton, and you might remember how the hockey boards there are much higher than normal. And if you notice, Steve stood on the bench the entire game to see what was going on. And when we scored the goal to put it into overtime, he almost killed himself when he jumped up in the air, and the guys had to catch him before he landed. Steve, it's time for me to let you come up here and probably repay me for some of this. The undefeated Steve Paxos.
Thank you all very much. Thank you for attending tonight's banquet. I don't know where to start now. You got me all messed up.
That's my goal.
Let me get even with a few people first, and then we'll talk about the team. I don't know which guy to start on. Bob Young, you saved yourself. Bob Young wrote a nice article the other day, and I'm not going to pick on him. But he made a comment when I said that I had confidence in myself and my team. And he says, well, I'm glad he has confidence in himself, but do the players have confidence in Steve? I think what we accomplished speaks for itself. And he also made the comment that the players wouldn't make any comment because they were afraid of the foot-and-mouth disease. And ironically, I think Bob now has hand-and-mouth disease. But anyway, the guy I really want to talk about is my good friend, Chris Thomason. And I've never met the gentleman, but I tell you, this guy is unbelievable. This guy is really psychic. This guy's out of this world. And, you know, I'm going to present him with something to help him in his future predictions and help him better his psychic powers. And I got him a little crystal ball here. And Bob, if you please see him, please give it to him. You just shake it, you ask it a question. It says here, you may rely on it. But anyway, the reason Chris couldn't be with us tonight is because he was at the game Thursday night. And if you remember an article he wrote back on May 2nd, 1988, in one portion of the article, he talked about all the different marketing strategies we use. And one of them was throwing balls into the stands when we score a goal. And he says, hey, maybe I'll sit in the stands next game. Since many of the fans are kids, I have no problem overpowering one for a $50 soccer ball. Well, the poor guy tried to do that the other night and got the shit beat out of him. By the kids, of course, you know. A couple of 6-year-olds jump him. To answer one of his questions, he said the Challenge Cup was a joke and we can't fool the fans. And let me tell you, somebody was fooled, because in Milwaukee 2 weeks ago we had the biggest crowd ever in the ASA history, 8,964 people. If it was meaningless, we wouldn't have had almost 3,000 people our last home game Thursday. And of course, we've seen what happened at the final game last night, over 8,000 people there. So I think the Challenge Cup was the best thing that ever happened to the ISA. And he questioned whether it was an exhibition season and if there's going to be a trophy. And I would like to let him know that, yes, there's a trophy. And there's the evidence. The other thing he said, he'll congratulate me if I ever sign a multi-million-dollar television contract. I'm working on it. And he says he'll shake my hand if I'm invited to the White House to meet with President Jesse Jackson. And Jesse called me yesterday and he told me things are looking up. But being the man that I am, I like to be prepared. I called Michael Dukakis anyway, and he says, don't worry, if Jesse don't make it, I'll invite you over. So I'm covered. Well, another article he wrote on March 23rd after we beat Milwaukee, and I think I, at least as coach, was 1-0. He said that because the game was in Wisconsin later this century when the undefeated Paxos leads either the United States or the Greek World Cup team, pray that he'll coach the good old USA to victory. Most Canton fans will unfortunately not be able to say that's his first victory. Well, anyway, I want to let you all know right now that if I decide to coach a World Cup team, it will be the USA. Okay? He was right. Charles Corralt was on his way. He called me from a pay booth. He had a flat tire and he missed the game. So he's right about that. Then he compares me to Ted Turner. I wish I had his money. Then he goes on and says, but the undefeated Paxos, now, you know, understand at that time I was 1-0. But the undefeated Paxos will not lose. He will win his final 4 games for the coveted Challenge Cup trophy. Is that guy psychic or not? Then he goes on further and claims that, you know, we're going to be so dominant that, you know, the rest of the owners are going to give up and the ISA is going to fold. And if that were to happen, the undefeated Paxos would simply take his team into the MISL. And, you know, MSO owners are shivering with fear over that prospect. If some of you were in the Civic Center back in October when we beat the Baltimore Brass 6-5, then he says what a brilliant move the Invaders have made. They fired a coach with a winning percentage of 71.4% and brought in one who wins 100% of his games. Guy's psychic. Now my good friend Mike Hudak from the Free Press, you know, he writes an article. It's called Hang Time. He gets the News Award. You know, he started his article that only a few weeks back, I thought it was a few years back, anyway, we were laughing at the time when former Cav owner Ted Stepien threatened to take over the radio mic after becoming mic'd at Joe Tate. Stepien was just one of those guys who thought he knew something about everything, but actually knew almost nothing about anything. Bob, did I try to take the mic away from you?
Praise the Lord, no.
Okay. So I don't get that comparison. I don't try to fire the play-by-play. I just fire the coach. I don't understand that. Then he said high comedy. That was high comedy, all right, but now we have something right here and can't do Chaco over. That's right. Steve Paxos, who made his fortune selling pizzas, I don't know where it's at, has named himself coach of his own soccer team. And if local management continues to run a pro sports finds like that, well, a pizza shop. Believe me, I wish I would have started running the team like a pizza shop 4 years ago. We'd be in better shape right now. But, you know, the thing that really got me, it says in here that early in the season, an Invaders employee said, "Thank God for Trevor. In the middle of this year's circus atmosphere, he's been the glue who's held things together." I don't know who the employee was. I really don't care to know. But he must have been the clown, because there was no circus there. And right now what I like to do, since I'm the one that always gets all the credit and the spotlight, I would like to introduce 3 people that are very responsible in holding this thing together. I want to introduce the crew of the Invaders. George, Nick, and Gus. I'm not done. But of course, of those 2 guys, Mike Hudak and Chris Thomason, of course, we know they have no common sense. Would have been nice if they had a little horse sense, because that's what keeps people from betting on what people will do. And you know, those people who say can't be done are usually interrupted by others doing. And like I tell my team, I'm a great believer in luck. And I find the harder I work, the luckier I get. But anyway, let's give the people that deserve all the credit for winning the Challenge Cup and for giving me a record 5-0. Been involved in soccer and with the Invaders for 4 years. You know, I gave this some thought last night, and I honestly and truly believe this 110%. This is the best team we've ever had here. That's the team that everybody had buried and dead approximately 3 weeks ago. And I never met a group of guys like this in my life. I love them like a father, a mother, a brother, a coach. I can't explain the closeness, how we got to know each other, how close I feel to these people. They're tremendous. They made me a hero because I did nothing. They did all the work out there. They have hearts this big. They're unbelievable. They're unbelievable. Thank you, guys. Really, you know, a lot of people don't believe, but since we started together, me and the team, you know, 3 weeks ago, there was never any doubt. And nobody, you know, everybody thinks we're just making it up. And you can ask them, guys, what's our saying? I believe in what? See, we all believe in me. We all believe in me. That means everybody will believe in us. We work hard, you know. I'm a very positive thinking person, and positive thinking brings positive results. And if it was to be, it was up to us. We dreamed it. We achieved it. What can I say? I know it's hard for people to believe, but believe me, from the first day I went into that practice, we put it in our minds. We believed it, that we were going to do it, and we did it. And there was never any doubt that we were going to win this Challenge Cup. There was never any doubt. And what even made us feel better yesterday when we got to Fort Wayne, the headlines there said, "Flames getting psyched to break." Everybody understand that? We were getting psyched to win. They were getting psyched to break. And of course, it did break. But anyway, I want to thank everybody, Carol, the president of the Booster Club, the rest of the Booster Club members, all you fans, you've been very loyal to us. I want to thank the guys again. We had a tremendous year. I think we will be back next year. We're going to need some support. We are going to put the team up, a percentage of the team for sale. We got to raise X amount of dollars to be competitive. But, you know, we're going to do anything that's possible within our means to have the Canton Invaders in the city of Canton next year and bring another championship back. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. It is now time to start handing out some of the hardware over here on this table. And to get that underway, I'll turn the microphone over to Carol Leaf. Oh, Carol's going to take it later. Mary Ann Hump will take it now.
The fan club would like to congratulate the Invaders on the Challenge Cup victory. We'll start the presentations. Number 00, Jamie Swanner. Number 0, Lynn Venable. Number 1, Bill Namofsky. Seven and 1. Number 1, Dave West. Number 2, John Linos. Number 3, Denzel Antonio. Number 4, Janusz Mihalik. Number 5, Walt Schlotthauer. Number 6, Ken Lola. Number 8, Kostas Skouras. Number 9, Greg Nichols. Greg Nichols. Number 10, Alex Tornozzi. Number 11, Steve Frick. Number 12, Ken Killingsworth. Number 13, Louis Nanshaw. Number 15, Tomo Kondrick. Number 18, Randy Pikuzinski. Number 20, Mike Paxos. Number 21, Oscar Pisano. Number 22, Marcelo Carrera. Number 23, Rudy Pikuzinski. Number 41, Bob D'Annunzio. We'd also like to recognize Pat Trainer, the trainer. This year's Spirit Award, Captain Invader Chris Pomerly. We have another trophy here for number 1A. Sorry, A1. Bob? Sometimes we tend to take people for granted. We have an appreciation plaque here that we'd like to present to another voice, Lynn McDowell. Okay, if I could direct your attention to our board over here on the left. We spelled out invaders and had the descriptions next to the letters. Indestructible. Steve Frick. Nimble. Randy Pikuzinski. Versatile. Marcelo Carrera. Awesome. Louis Nanshoff. Destroyer. John Linos. Explosive. Kostas. Rugged, Alex Tarnosi.
Alex, you want a chance there?
Smooth, Bob D'Annunzio. This time, Bob Bishop with the WHBC Award.
Gentleman who gets our award this year, one of the key cogs in this team, and the play that this guy made this year that stands out in my mind, those of you who were in Dayton will remember the goal that put the game into overtime. This is a guy who dug the rebound out of the corner, had to get over two guys to do it, I think, and feed it to the middle for the assist, the kind of work effort that we've seen from him all year. The WHBC Award winner is Janusz Michalek. I guess we do not have a representative of Coors here, so I'm going to do that one as well. The Coors Light Silver Bullet Award winner this year, a guy who we did not see on the field a lot in the early part of the season and turned into one of the top defenders not only on this team but in the league. Just ask anybody that had to play against him. He got dinged up a little bit last night, but I think you can lift it with one hand. Denzel Antonio. The next award is the award from Pizza Palace, and here to present the Pizza Palace King's Award is Mike Nomofsky.
Please, sit down. No, not necessary, okay? It will be short. I'm proud to present to my favorite customer, my best customer, Steve Frick.
We now have the fan club awards to hand out. You people voted on a lot of these, and here to announce the awards is Carol Leaf.
We had 2 weeks of voting where we had the ballots out. We let the players vote on who they thought should win these awards. And we have, first award we're going to give out is the Unsung Hero, and that's Bobby D'Annunzio, number 41. Okay, the next to vote the ballot cast for Best Defensive Player was Oscar Bazzano, number 21. You go. Oscar, that's why Mary Ann made me get up here and call these out. Our next award is one of our new award this year, which we wanted to give to the Sportsmanship Award, and it was voted on by the fan club. And the Sportsmanship Award goes to Kenny Loa. If you notice, since Kenny got married, he just left her kiss him. Now, next we have is our fan club trophy, or fan club award, which was voted on. We mailed out ballots to everyone that is a member of the fan club. And the fan club award goes to Walt Schlothauer. 5. Also in our ballots, we had the best offensive player, which was Rudy Pikuzinski. Now our next award, of course, is the top award, which is our most valuable player. And it's a nice large trophy, and it's a beautiful trophy. That goes to Rudy Pikuzinski. Give him a nice hand out. Go. Rudy, 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 Rudy. Okay, next we have Bob Bishop wants to, he has a few awards he wants to make that I guess is from his trips or whatever. So, hold on just a minute.
Got a serious one first.
Okay. Okay, we have one, he has one award first.
Steve has just asked me to present this on behalf of the Invader organization. In appreciation for his dedication and commitment to the Canton Invaders, as president of the Invaders Fan Club, to Carol Leaf.
Damn, I don't know what to say. No wonder Bob was hiding his agenda from me. So all I can say is thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure. And to work with these guys, I get down in the locker room, and that's the finest group of men I've ever known, I'll tell you that. And when it comes to the owners, all 4 of them, they've been extremely nice to me. They've been extremely nice to the fan club. And I'll accept this on behalf of all the fan club members because we really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Now that we got the serious stuff out of the way, we have a little bit more levity, if I may, this evening. A few more awards that are to be handed out. Yeah, I know, Wally. Your turn's coming. To a couple of the guys for some little things that have happened over the years. Well, let me step down and get the first one. This gentleman has been up here a couple of times already tonight. One of the unusual occurrences of the year was coming back on the bus from a road trip to Memphis, and Denzel Antonio wondering how his wife was doing, how soon the baby was going to be coming. Well, the little guy came while we were on the way back. Denz wasn't there for that, but Denz, I want you to come up, and he can use this to practice his skills, and you can work with him on the game. I'll be nice. I won't throw it to you. I'm right now. Now, when we're traveling, I usually end up rooming with either the trainer or, in the last trip, the bus driver, but usually with one or two of the players. In a good bit of this season, I've ended up rooming with a couple of crazy Texans named Venable and Nichols. Lynn Venable. Come here. This is the first. Lynn had one slight problem rooming with me, and that was, I guess he's a light sleeper or something. He would constantly complain about my snoring. Constantly. I mean, he'd throw pillows at me, he'd throw furniture at me, whatever. Lynn, from now on here, you put these on, and you won't hear a thing.
Lynn, I could give you a clue. I was at Memphis at one of those road trips, and I was stuck with Bob. We were right out of our room with Bob. And the only thing I could do is, when I was ready to go to sleep, I just went over and gave him a big kiss, and then I went to bed, and he sat up all night.
Now, it's funny you mention that, because the next guy tried to do that to me on the bus on the way home. Lignos, get your tail up here. We alluded to this in the tape that we played earlier, but I think John is unequaled in his status as the team's #1 party animal. And in recognition of that, John, I have for you this Spuds MacKenzie shot glass. See what you started, Leave? See what you started? Now, some of you may have listened to that fantastic overtime game in Dayton. And you heard for the first half and maybe a minute or two into the third quarter, Bobby D'Annunzio was working color with me. You might as well start walking. It's going to take you a while to get up here. Bobby D, you didn't hear him for a while after. Matter of fact, you didn't hear him almost the whole second half of the game. The reason being, they had a hospitality room one flight down where they had free beer, free Long Island iced teas, some other things. Bobby stopped talking when he couldn't find the microphone anymore. Bobby, you are hereby dubbed the honorary Coors Beer Wolf. Put it on. Now, this next award, actually, there are two people that are going to get this, Ken Lola and his new wife, Tina. I'm not sure how well Lowles was adjusting to married life. He got married on March 12th. He had not played the one game. In his first game back, now you know Lowles, he's got that sportsmanship trophy sitting in front of him. And in Milwaukee, his first game as a married man, the guy gets a yellow card. Now, you can figure that out for what it's worth. I don't understand. I hope things are working out. But, Ken, I have this yellow card here for you. It says, Ken and Tina, married March 12th, yellow card March 20th. Last but not least, my dear friend, my buddy, guy who wields the meanest jug of Gatorade you ever wanted to see. This is the guy who, my comb falls out of my pocket in a bus, and I hear Wally's voice say, Bob, here's your comb. He hands it to me, the thing's on fire. This is the guy on the trip to Memphis. It's a long bus ride, and I'd take my boots off and go into sleep in the back of the bus. I get ready to put my left boot back on. The thing's full of water. Among other things. Well, Wally, come here. You've got to get this. This says Wally on the front. I don't know how many of you can see this, but it's a remarkable likeness. There's no political significance, Mayor Persis, but this is the emblem of the Democratic Party. Long ears and all. And, yeah, it does kind of look like you, Wally.
I need to talk to him also.
You need to talk to him? Wait a minute, Wally, this guy wants to talk to you.
Can you take off your coat, please? Am I supposed to talk into this here?
Yeah.
Okay. I have here a warrant for the arrest of Walt Schlotthauer. If I'm pronouncing it right, I hope.
This comes directly from the Stark County Jail, this apparel that he's putting on, I want you to know.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sergeant Richard with the Canton Police Department. Bob didn't warn me, didn't remind me that my boss would be here tonight. And Bob told me not to make a speech, just to read this, but I want everybody to know that I'm a good friend of Bob Bishop. I thought I was the only one he had. Okay. I'm going to read at this time the warrant that I have here. Before me, Sergeant Tim Richard of the Canton Police Department, personally came my dear friend Bob D. Bishop, voice of the Canton Invaders, who being duly sworn, according to the law, don't move, disposes and says that on or about the 1987-88 soccer season, one Walter Schlotthauer did maliciously and intentionally set fire to the comb of the above-mentioned radio announcer on numerous occasions during Invaders' road trips. He also is suspected of filling the victim's boot with water on a trip to Memphis and of conspiring to assault the victim with a jug of Gatorade. The court finds probable cause to charge the suspect with the crimes of petty arson and criminal mischief in violation of state law and city code. Federal charges are pending, by the way. However, here comes the part that Walter's going to like. Due to the heavy caseload burdening the court in the city of Canton, the banquet master of ceremonies is hereby appointed honorary judge in this case.
Some serious charges against you, son. Sergeant Richard. Sergeant, will you please search the guilty part? I mean the defendant. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 2 books of matches. How do you find the defendant, ladies and Walter, in a spirit of leniency, rather than put you in the pokey for any length of time, we have a jail alternate program. You know, like they do for the DWI offenders. Well, we have a jail alternate program. If my bailiff will come here, we will present you with the jail alternate program. Did you say you lost the keys?
It's ice cream. It's ice cream. The key was purpose of the U.S. What's going to happen here? My lawyer's here.
Yeah. I've been waiting for a while for that one. I have a sneaking suspicion payback is about to come, however.
You done, Bob?
Yeah, go ahead.
And now it's Walt's turn to get back.
There's a picture they want us to give. Okay, I just have a few notes here, just to remind me of a few of the things that have happened on the road. Everybody knows we have a great time on the road with Bob, and you know, we kid around a lot and everything. The first thing I wanted to mention, you had the tape where you were talking about Bobby D'Annunzio walking out, picking up, you know, the tips, not leaving a tip or whatever. He forgot to mention when we were in Jacksonville, Bob walked out right behind Bobby D'Annunzio without paying on the check. So.
He had the salt shaker and silverware in his pocket.
That Jacksonville trip, usually Bob rooms with Lynn and Greg. Well, that trip, he roomed with myself and Bob D'Annunzio. And flying there, Bob was sitting across the aisle from us, and it was a pretty bumpy flight. And, you know, we had our camera with us, and we were getting ready to land. Bob wasn't feeling too well. He was sitting next to somebody there, and, you know, he was minding his own business, and Bob pulled out the air sickness bag. And I think Bob was heaving a few times, and the other man just kept looking out the window so he wouldn't have to watch. So we get to the hotel. We go to our room. Bob wants to take a shower. So he thinks, well, he's rooming with the two of us. He's going to lock the door. Well, for those of you who know Bob D'Annunzio, he sure has. He sure had a couple good ways to get into the bathroom. So we got in, pulled the shower curtain, and there was Bob, naked as a jaybird. And we snapped a few pictures of him. So any of you who want to see the pictures, any of you single ladies out there, we'll be more than glad to show you the pictures. Let's see. What other things? Oh. Earlier in the season, we went to Milwaukee, and Bob decided to go out. He went into the bar and he had a few drinks, and I didn't even know it until the next morning, but when he came out of the bar, he said he tripped over something. Well, anyways, he must have had his hands in his pockets or whatever. He fell right on his nose. He had a bloody nose. The towel was all red from the blood. And he told Greg and Lynn, he says, whatever you do, don't tell Walter. Let's see. And then Carol wanted me to mention about the one trip where we went to Memphis. We were all in the lobby. It was a real nice hotel. And there was a group there. It was a church group. And there was all kinds of people in the lobby. And Bob came down. We were getting ready to leave for the game. And he had a small advertisement on the back of his jacket. And he does that every once in a while. Well, this advertisement said, looking for an easy woman. I don't know if he found her or not, but that's up to him. There's a couple other things here, but I don't think we'll get into them right now. If some of the people are interested, we can probably talk to them in private. The last thing that I want to say is, all kidding aside and everything, I think with Bob, we've got one heck of a person who treats us good. We have a good time with him, and is a terrific friend to all the players. And just want to say thanks to him, and I'm sure it's from the players and from the fans. And we'd like to present him with a game ball. I don't know if we played with it or not, but it's signed by all the players, and I'd like to present it to you.
Appreciate it. I hope you don't mind.
And the last thing that I want to say is from the players to all the fans, you've been terrific this season, and just keep supporting us because you guys are terrific. Thanks a lot.
Hey, guys. I don't know how to tell you what this means to me, guys, because I consider every one of you a very dear friend, and this will be treasured for the rest of my life. Thanks a lot. Wally spelled his name wrong on the ball, but other than that, it's great.
Okay. Next thing we want to get into is Lonnie Wheeling has a presentation that she would like to make to Bob Bishop. Since it's Roast Bob, I guess. Bob, would you stand up, please?
It's not really a presentation, but I was just curious if there's any more people in here that agree with me. Isn't this a good-looking, well-dressed man? I mean, look at him. Three-piece suit. The hair is perfect. And I always believe that's what he looks like. He looks like that before the game. He looks like that after an exciting game. Well, one time when we got to the Fort Wayne game, I happened to come down to the lobby, and my God, I couldn't believe it. I looked and I said, is this Bob Bishop, the well-dressed man? And I tell you, I took a picture. And on this picture is Bob Bishop, messy. The hair wasn't combed. He didn't even put shoes on. He had sloppy sweats on. He didn't brush his teeth. And there you can see there's a lady, and it wasn't me either, reaching for him the minute she looked at this ugly thing. She pulled the arm back real bad. And I want Bob to have this picture.
Okay, next we have Robin. You have a presentation you would like to make?
Steve, I need you at this end of the podium, please. There's a member of the fan club named Rod Wallen who does take a lot of photos of the guys. They know, they get pictures every game of themselves playing. And last night he took a group photo of the guys, the team, the members of the Invader organization. This morning he got it developed, picked out the best one, had it enlarged, and he was unable to be here tonight. But he sent me with a picture of the team last night with a cup, and he wants me to present it to Steve for his office.
Thank you.
Well, we'll have the picture and the trophy, and everybody certainly can come up and take a look at them. Steve's always generous with this type of things. Next, I would like to ask Steve to come up. We would like to present him with the check from the fan club. No, we've had the plaque. The plaque's last year.
Best part about the banquet.
And the only thing I can say is...
Bonus time, boys.
The only thing I can say is maybe you guys will get to 500. That's all I heard last night, so maybe you will get that. But he's shaking his head no. But Steve, we would like to present you with a check from the fan club. We're sorry it can't be any bigger than this because our crowds was as small as yours, unfortunately. But we would present this to the fan club, to the owners of the Canton Invaders. And it's great to have you guys in town.
Big enough to me. Thank you.
Here's the real one. Now we're winding down here, and I guess you're all glad of that, but I would like to say thanks to a lot of people that was this year. First of all, I would like to thank the outgoing, I'm sorry, Bob, you're supposed to do that. Excuse me, I was ahead of myself.
It's okay. We do want to thank the outgoing fan club officers. Liaisons, and I would like you to stand, Judy Reinhardt and Mary Trifolis. Treasurer Brenda Platzer. Secretary Lonnie Wheeling. Vice President Mary Ann Hupp. And I understand Mary Ann has some words and a presentation.
The fan club has been very successful over the past couple years. One of the main reasons for that is the leadership of Carol Leaf. The officers have been guided by his professionalism and his sense of fairness. The fan club has benefited from his knowledge of soccer and his love of this team. Carol, in recognition for your many contributions and your dedication to the Invaders, the fan club would like to present you the Leadership Award with our respect and our sincere thanks.
Well, I tell you, this is all news to me because I'm supposed to be running this thing and I didn't know what's going on. But I just thought I was in charge, that's right. But I've been giving these out for 3 years and I'm deeply honored with this because I guarantee it's going to set on my manual, up on the mantle with the signed ball that I got from the team. And I thank you all very much. Now I do have some thank yous I'd like to do. I would like to thank the banquet committee. I think everyone had a nice meal here. I think you have nice surroundings. Everyone I've talked to is very well satisfied with this. And that's the name of the game. We want everybody satisfied with our banquets so that you come back next year and you support the team. And I would just like to name the people that have done all the work on this. They gave me a plaque, they gave me a trophy, but believe me, I couldn't do anything without the people that do the work. First of all, I'd like to thank on the banquet committee. I'll name them off and then I wish you all would stand up. We have Robin Miller, we have Judy Reinhardt, Brenda Platzer, Valerie and Jenny Leaf, Lonnie Wheeling, Carol Mulligan, Mary Triflis, Mary Ann Hupp. Would you all please stand, because I'd like to get these people a nice hand. I also would like to thank the people that are in the Invader office, from the management all the way down. We have Monica, Bill, Dale. Everyone has been a help to us this year. Monica. I would like you three to stand up, please. Would you please stand up so that everyone can see you? And of course, the owners, they all back the fan club 100%. And anything we need from them, we do get. Next thing I would like to do, I'd like to also thank Judy Reinhardt, which was up earlier, for her diligent work at the fan club table. Anyone that goes into the Civic Center, walks past there, Judy's always there selling our wares. So I try to get the money to pay for this stuff. So, Judy, we thank you. Now, I would like to introduce the new officers, which will be taking over next year. Our bylaw said that I can be the president for 2 years. I've been for 2.5, so I've retired. And I'm just tired, but it says retired. The new officers is liaison officers. Judy Reinhardt is back. Mary Triflis is back. Our new liaison officer is Tom Mulligan. As treasurer, we have Robin Miller. As secretary, Lonnie Wheeling is back. As vice president, we have Robert Lewis. And as president, and it wasn't fixed, it's my daughter Valerie Leaf. Okay. Okay, Bob has another presentation.
This is the final one. We've already given out 2 awards to Carol tonight, but I have one more. As outgoing fan club president, get back here. You gave it to me earlier. You're going to get it now. Now, you saw me in the judicial robe a while ago. You know, when a judge gets to a certain age in Ohio, it's time they have to retire by law. And I think the same thing applies for fan club presidents, but I know he can't serve in office, but he's going to be around next year, and I know that he may need help occasionally, getting up to his seat or whatever. So, Carol, you can climb up there with this. I know you sit by the glass, and once you've struggled up to your seat, this is very useful for getting the attention of referees as they go by.
Well, Bob, I do get their attention without that. In fact, I have about 4 or 5 of them that answer me all the time. But I do appreciate this, and anyone who goes back and looks at any of the tapes of the games, they can see me jump up 2 steps to get on that platform every time we score. So I don't need a cane, but thank you very much. Also, I announced all the new officers, and I'm sorry I didn't have them stand up. Would you new officers stand up for a hand? All the new officers. Now we have some drawings for our door prizes. Tonight we were great, and you got some real nice prizes. Give them a nice hand. No, we're not going to do it. The big trophies you want. Okay. Oh, it'll be just a minute yet. Okay, we have some flower arrangements here we would like to give out. You want to give them out? Okay, we have the one centerpiece. Go ahead. I would like to say that she blessed the ball the last time she caught it. She blessed it and throwed it back. The next centerpiece then is to Kelly Paxas. Okay, Marianne. Yes. Mrs. Paxos. And the other Mrs. Paxos. Okay, Mary Triflis. Okay, and Bob's going to close.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I know everyone wants to get on the dance floor. We invite you to stay around for that. Freddie will have the tunes for you in just a moment. Glad everybody could make it. We hope you all had a good time. And thanks again to those guys over there on that table for a wonderful year. Guys, we need... Hang on, Freddie. We need the guys who won the major awards. We need you out here in the front for pictures for the newspaper. Freddie, go ahead.